So, Min Heejin just lost another appeal in her workplace harassment and bullying case. And yeah, this is the same case filed by the same victim. But instead of accepting the ruling, she literally filed another appeal the very next day, and people are honestly over it. Netizens are saying this constant appealing is basically another form of harassment toward the victim. Like, when are you going to stop? Let's rewind for a sec because this whole thing goes way back and has a lot of layers. In March 2024, a former ador employee came forward with some pretty serious allegations against Min Heejin, saying she was verbally abusive and had a habit of mistreating female staff in particular. Then things got even messier when Hybe stepped in. Turns out, one of ador's executives, let's call him Executive A, was accused of sexually harassing female employees. But instead of protecting the victims, Min allegedly sided with the guy and pressured the victims to stay quiet. Hybe's legal team even said in their statement that Min Heejin made unimaginably misogynistic remarks and pressured female employees to be submissive. Now, before anyone says I'm taking Hybe's side or they're paying me, I wish. No, I'm just laying out what happened. Honestly, Hybe isn't innocent here either. If you've been following this case from the start, it's pretty clear Hybe only fully backed the victim when they realized they could use this case against Min Heejin. And here's what the victim herself said about Hybe's first response. After the investigation, Hybe said it was difficult to determine that sexual harassment or workplace bullying occurred to the extent of disciplinary action. But they did say the executive's behavior was inappropriate and recommended Min Heejin give him a stern warning. I felt that was way too light considering what I went through. But since I was leaving the company soon, I decided not to make a bigger deal out of it. But what Min Heejin did after that, way worse. The victim later found out that Min didn't even give that stern warning. Instead, she defended the executive and attacked the victim. According to the victim, Min called her things like a crazy and said she'd teach her a lesson. She also apparently tried to make it seem like the victim was just an incompetent complainer who quit before getting fired. The victim said she'd been loyal to ador, so hearing that was just heartbreaking. Then Dispatch dropped screenshots of Kakao Talk messages between Min and the executive, and honestly, they didn't look great for Min. Here's part of that conversation. Min Heejin, I trusted you even before you tried to defend yourself. But what do you mean you don't remember? Doesn't that mean you could have done it? Executive A, I said I might have said it was better than watching with two men. I also told you I never called her a young lady. I know she feels wronged. I'm sorry. You're cleaning up my mess again. I won't cause trouble anymore. Dispatch basically said this was proof that Min Heejin tried to cover up what happened. Especially that line where the executive said, better than watching with two men, which for context he apparently said to the victim, meaning he preferred working with a young woman instead of men. Also the line, you are cleaning up my mess again. Min Heejin, of course, denied all of this. She said Dispatch only showed half the chat and twisted things to make her look bad. She claimed she was neutral the whole time and that some messages actually showed the executive saying he was being bullied by higher-ups, which she said she eventually stopped. But let's be real, it's hard to defend yourself when so many receipts are out there. Anyway, the Labor Ministry's Seoul Western District Office did its own investigation and concluded that Min died engaged in workplace bullying and failed to do her duty as an employer. Meaning she didn't do an immediate or fair investigation when the report came in, so she was officially found guilty and fined. They didn't reveal the exact amount, but under Korean labor law, fines can go up to 10 million won, around 7,000 for workplace bullying, and up to 5 million won more for failing to properly investigate. Min denied everything and filed her first appeal back in April, but lost. Then, after losing again on October 16th, she went and filed another appeal the very next day, which is exactly why people are mad. Like, she's dragging this out forever, and people are saying that in itself feels like continued harassment toward the victim. And that's also why a lot of people have started calling out newjeans fans, saying it's hypocritical to support Min Heejin while also claiming to stand against bullying. Because no matter how you spin it, she's been legally found guilty of workplace bullying. It's wild how long this case has been dragging on, but at this point, people just want her to take accountability and stop appealing again and again.